Hello and welcome to the second VOD, which we have a Shadow Moon Burial Grounds. This is a plus 14, so this is the second key that I showed that was above plus 10 in the first episode. In this dungeon then, it is incredibly simple. I like to say that it is KISS, keep it simple, stupid. If you keep it simple in Shadow Moon, it's going to go well. Honestly, you can use this route up to like 20s, 21s, 22s, and you'll still two-chest them. Really, this dungeon is about bosses and it's about others, so other roles, I'll say, being able to fulfill their duties, if that makes sense. So like last boss, it's about ranged baiting, right? The first boss, it's about healer throughput and damage into the ads. Tanking's pretty easy in this dungeon. Like I said, just keep it simple and you'll do absolutely fine. So the route that I have in the description down below is very, very simple. It literally just pulls almost one pack at a time all the way through the dungeon until you get to the last boss. It really is that simple. The things which are going to hurt you, right, are these Ritual of Bones, so reanimated Ritual of Bones. They do a lot of damage to tanks, and in combination with this Bone Mender here, this can be probably the most deadly pack in the dungeon for tanks. This Shadow Word Frailty can hit tanks, and as a Brewmaster, losing 50% of your max HP is a death sentence. So you need to be very, very fast to use Diffuse Magic on that cast. Yeah, so if you use Diffuse Magic and that will basically get rid of the frailty, then you'll be fine, but you have to do it very, very quickly. The other things in here, these Void Slashes really hurt. Those can be stopped, so you can use things like stuns. I don't think knockbacks cancel them, interestingly. So if you're standing in your Ring of Peace, I don't think it stops the Void Slash damage. However, you can use Leg Sweep. Otherwise, there's not much in here that really hurts. All of these bosses, they do a little bit of damage to tanks, but it's not that big. The only boss in here which really has a tank buster, I think, is Nalish, and Nalish has this Void Blast cast. You have Celestial Brew up for every single one of these, so just press Celestial Brew and you'll be fine. Let's quickly just run through then. We pull the first pack, we pull the second pack, so as long as you kill this first pack quickly, this Void Spawn will be on this side, patrolling over here. You can just walk around. There then won't be a Void Spawn in here, so don't worry about it. Just pull these four. Again, the spirits, defiled spirits, do quite a lot of melee damage, right? The melee damage is real in this pack. Again, just use Celestial Brew and Purifying Brew correctly and you'll be fine, though it's not spiky. It's more like consistent damage from what I found. You can pull both of these packs together. You can also pull them separately, do it however you want. If you do, just throw a keg down, then roll downstairs and pull the next one with a keg and they'll all just group up on top of each other. The first pack will be evading for the first like 20 seconds, so it's probably not worth it, but you can do it if you want. This pack, like I said, bit annoying. Make sure you watch out for frailty. First boss, swap to the ads as fast as possible. It will make others swap as well if they see you going over. Otherwise, there's not much to do. This pull, you want to kick this Dominator. So usually what I do is I slam a keg in. I'll then like maybe use one spinning crane kick, run through, kick this, and pull both of these mobs back onto this pack. Again, you've got a few of these souls which are doing quite a bit of melee damage. Just use Purifying Brew and Celestial Brew correctly and you'll be fine. This pull both of these on top of each other. It's worth waiting up here to get these two to stack up on top of each other rather than pulling one first up here and then pulling the second one. Honestly, just wait the 10 seconds. If this mob is patrolled all the way up here, then it's walking back down, just wait for it to stand on top of the other one. Boss, like I said, pretty free. Use your Celestial Brew into Void Blast and you'll be fine. This pull, I always pull this Exuma back, so it might be late pulled in, but just kick it in and it'll walk on top of each other. Again, don't kick these Dominators and don't kick these two Dominators, and it just makes the packs completely free and pugs. It's so much easier. There's no kicks to watch out for or anything. Next pull, very simple. We've already seen this from the Shaman series, right? Just kick the spiders. Always make sure you're kicking spiders. Pull all of these skittlings down onto these two. There's no point in killing these, then killing these, then killing these. They'll just come with you. Just slam kegs down and use spinning crane kick to make sure you've got aggro and just run all the way around with them. Pull these four bats onto the first worm, kill off the second worm. This boss, the Corpse Breath it's like a cone. So if you can, try and stand on like one of the sides and pull it away so you're not hitting everyone with it. Otherwise, again, there's nothing for you to really do on this. Just make sure you're not getting thrown off all the time and you're always standing in the patches, right? Is it Inhale? No. I can't remember what it's called. I think it comes from the Corpse Breath, doesn't it? It leaves a little patch on the floor, but you need to make sure that you're in it for the Inhale. Again, spiders in here, make sure you're kicking the spiders. For these two, you can tank them right here on this, and then there's two little line of sight spots here and here. for both melee and ranged, so you can pull them back onto this side. That's very useful. The other thing you can do is you can keep them right at the edge, and then if the ranged players such as Boomkins are 40 yards, they won't get hit by the void pulses. So watch out for those. And then last boss, there's a little bit of damage coming from this boss, but it's all from the, okay, it doesn't have it, from the Ritual of Bones, like the walls of skeletons walking over. Often you'll be getting hit in the back from Nazul because you like run over to the ritual, and then Nazul's just going to be slapping you in the back. So just be a little bit careful of that. Try and always face Nazul if you can, because his auto attacks will hurt you if he's hitting you on the back. Otherwise, like I said, keep it simple, right? One pack at a time, run through the dungeon, and you're going to time this. Honestly, this key's free, so very, very easy for tanks. Anyway, I may add some extra commentary throughout the key, or else it's just going to be a raw VOD, like I said, which you can pick through, right? And then you can just go and see the different pulls if you want to. I may not pull exactly like this, because in Shadow Moon I hadn't really come up with a route before. I just sent it. I didn't really think about it beforehand. These pulls will all be the same, though, where I try and do them roughly like this. But otherwise, it might have been that I just kill off this skilling pack first rather than pulling it all down or something. I can't really remember. If there's any deaths or things that go wrong, I will be commentating over them. But otherwise, it'll just be a raw VOD footage, which you can go and have a look through if you want to. Anyway, hope you enjoy. If you do, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
4.
Alright, so we are coming up to the only bit of the dungeon which goes wrong, and it's because I get hit by one of these worms. So I would try and advise to hold any movement that you need to deal with those knockbacks. So I also just lost aggro there, which is really bad. I should have been using Taunt on the worm just as we went in for the pull. You can see here in a second, I'm about to get hit by this slam, I think it is. I'm knocking everything back. I'm then just standing in it, not really paying attention. I get knocked off, and this is where it all goes wrong. Everyone's trying to run around. You can either swim underneath the bridge, or the other thing that you can do is that you can run to where I'm about to go to now. Any second, you'll see I'm going to run up this little piece here. We're all going to get stunned by thundering, though. So it's not just my fault there. We did mess it up quite a lot, but that's the biggest issue that we had. We then have a bunch of death blasts going off, just killing people, which is hilarious. So we're just losing people left, right, and centre here. But the biggest thing that I'd say, I mean, if you're a monk, you can actually put down one of your images to TP back to, right? That's something that I could have done beforehand. But basically just watch for that frontal every single time and save movement for it. If you're a paladin, right, make sure you've got 2 charges of your steed, your divine steeds to run with. I had both roll and also Tiger's Lust there, so I could have easily dealt with that. I just didn't. So that's the big thing that you want to watch out for. There we go then, A2 chest. We also have a 16 quarter stars in bag. I will be releasing that later on, and we'll have a look through that. Hopefully you have enjoyed this one. If you have, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.